up, guys? Joe Munoz, onestepprep.com. I just want to record a quick video and share some tips and insights for those of you headed to your first 121 airline training experience. Whether you're coming from GA, military, corporate background, whatever it is, I want to share with you one of the main things to take with you to training is that do not expect for everything to be spoon-fed. Now, I know that sounds a bit harsh, but I'm just going to share the reality with you. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm just here to share the reality with you. Many times when you show up for training, you sit down at a table, they hand you all your manuals, and it feels like, they may not say it this way, but it feels like, good luck, we're all counting on you. Here's 20,000 pages to learn in the next 20 days. Everything there is to know about an airplane that took 20 years to build with a team of 20,000 people. Good luck, we're all counting on you. That's what is felt a lot of times. And it's because of that, and the fact that I've identified that One Step Prep even exists. That's the reason why there is a company called One Step Prep, right? And so what I want to share with you is your preparation ahead of time will help you. Preparation in what? Number one, a mindset to know that you need to even prepare. That's a good place to start. The second thing, flows, call-outs, profiles, protocols, verbiage. All of this in an airline environment is very, very crucial that you have it down because you're flying with several thousands of pilots and you're all very interchangeable one with the other. And the way that happens, despite the fact you've never met each other per se, the way that happens seamlessly is you're all standardized well. So you're going to need to know call-outs, flows, profiles, checklist responses, everything. It's a script and you want to know it well. The pushback sequence, how to get out of the gate, particularly for those of you, as I said, who have never flown in an airline environment where you're parking at a jet bridge. There's a whole cockpit to ground. Go ahead, clear to brakes release, clear to push, push complete, set parking brake, show me the pin. They disconnect. There's a whole slew of frequencies maybe you've never dealt with, including a ramp control, metering. There's an ops frequency, like all these things. There's amendments to be had. There's release times. There's an OCC. Like these are all terms that we cover in the 121 airline operation course. You may find some difficulty with that if you've never been through anything like that. Third thing, the airplane you're flying. If it's a jet, particularly if it has underwing mounted engines, there's a whole slew of considerations now, particularly from the aerodynamics standpoint. V1 cuts, right? You have a larger lever arm to the engine, therefore your V1 cut is going to be different than what you're used to flying a Gulfstream or a Hawker, or maybe you've never even flown a jet, period. So there is a thing called a V1 cut. What is V1, right? What is any of that stuff? That's a whole other thing to be had and spoken about. And then you have the CRM and the MCP or the FCU, depending on the airplane. That's the mode control panel, the flight control unit, how we interact with the autopilot, the etiquette, who handles the radios, who handles the checklist, who's the pilot monitoring and the pilot flying, what are the tasks for each of them. This whole thing is something to be considered as well. So my primary tip that I would give you is, number one, don't expect anything to be spoon-fed. Take time to prepare ahead of schedule. Make sure you learn the airplane. In addition to that, the flows, the call-outs, the profiles, the procedures, the protocols, and all that are given by your company. By the way, the manufacturer has their own set of verbiage and how they want the plane to be flown, and then the airline pretty much takes it and they spice it up and put their flavor on it, and what they're going to provide to you is their way of doing things. A lot of people ask us, I don't really want to study anything that's going to be negative training, meaning they don't want to study something that's not going to help them and then get study material from their airline that goes against what we're providing for you, right, at One Step Prep. So here's what I'm going to share with you. The study material that you get from the airline, I absolutely 100% guarantee you is not of the caliber or of the ease of understanding of anything that you would expect to get from us at One Step Prep. Like what we give you is a spoon-fed, easy to understand approach. I promise you I have worked and trained primarily airlines from all over the world. Their material comes nowhere near what we have to offer to you in terms of ease of understanding. Second thing, we teach straight procedure of the manufacturer if it's anything flows related. If it's systems related, which is universal, you definitely want to look into that because it doesn't matter where you're flying an Airbus or a Boeing, and I've said this in other videos, a power transfer unit or a PTU is the same at Delta as United, as JetBlue, as Spirit, as Allegiant, as wherever. Systems are identical. Has nothing to do with how the airline wants it designed. That's just the way it's designed. The only thing that you're going to want to know that has to do particularly with your carrier is the profiles, the flows, the call-outs, the verbiage of how they want you to say things. But if you can at the very least take your airline study material for that and our study material for the things that have to do with systems, and frankly, understanding the operation of how do you do an app nav strategy approach? What is Cat 3 dual on column 4 of the FMA of an A320, which is fail operational approach? What does that even mean? Like, all that we cover in our program. So very much hope to work with you. Keep in mind, we don't only do video stuff, we do a lot of in-person stuff as well, prep and full-blown type ratings. We're a 142 Flight Academy. If you want to convert your foreign license to a US FAA ATP license, we can help you with that. You want to do an ATP CTP, we can help you with that. You want to get a type rating on one of your licenses, we can help you with that. You want to do interview prep or oral prep or rent a sim for a few hours and do sim prep. You want to put together a customized course, like whatever. I promise you, we have a menu option for that. We can help you with that. All right. OneStepPrep.com. Juan and Joe, you guys know the names. Your friends at Training Program Success. We'll see you in another video here shortly.